I'm going to give my daughter full moon wine in a few days. I went to the bank to get some cash and give her a red envelope. Stop by the hotel and make a reservation. I stayed at home during my confinement. Now drive around. Really in a good mood. I inserted my bank card into the ATM. The machine shows insufficient cash. I had to go to the counter to get the money. Hi. Get me 10,000 cash. Excuse me, miss. There is no 10,000 in your card. Impossible, you can look again. There is only 100 yuan in your card. I'm a little confused. This card. Yes, my husband and I have most of our savings before and after marriage. A total of more than 1 million. My first reaction was to be cheated. Because I don't usually use this card. Can you help me find out who took the money? The money was withdrawn through passbooks. It's not our ability. It was picked up by an outlet in Wangzhuang town. Okay, thanks. I took a bank shot and got back to the car. It's hard to accept for a while. Wangzhuang town is my husband's hometown. We do also have a passbook for this card at that time. My husband said that for convenience and safety. After opening the passbook, I applied for another card. Look at the withdrawal time of the bank flow. My husband and I were both working at that time. It can't be him. I already have a rough guess in my heart who this person is. And my husband knows about it. My heart suddenly turned cold. I drove home with mixed feelings. Husband and child sleeping in the room. I resisted the urge to pull him up. Wait for him to wake up. I think a lot. Married for several years. He didn't hide anything from me. Which female colleague even messaged him? Will tell me. Show me the monthly salary slip too. I've always been relieved of him. We both keep a portion of our money every month. Everything else goes to this card. Out of trust in him. Never checked the balance of this card. While I was stunned. My husband rubbed his sleepy eyes. Say, wife. You are back, I don't want to bother. Where's the passbook? He's visibly awake. Which passbook? Just the passbook we did together. He said with a smirk that his wife. How do you remember which passbook to use? Too long. I also forgot where to put it. Zhao Jiming, don't hit me, ha. The money inside. You tell me happily. Where is the money inside? Or I'll call the police now. He saw that I was angry. Immediately changed his expression, wife. Don't be angry. I didn't tell you. I'm afraid you'll be worried. The passbook is with my mother. What is he doing with our money to your mother? You think, now we only have my mother as an elder. Wouldn't it be nice if he took care of the money for us? Besides, now we only have one daughter. Wait for the birth of a son. He will naturally give us the money again. I don't want to have a son. Tell him to return the money quickly. Zhao Jiming's face was a little angry. But the tone was still gentle. If you don't have a son. My family is rooted. When I was in love. I knew it. His hometown is a bit patriarchal, I asked him solemnly at that time. Does his family have a preference for boys over girls? He gave me his word. There is absolutely no such phenomenon in his house. In the future, boys and girls will be the same. That's why I continued my relationship with him. Now the attitude has changed 180 degrees. Why do you care so much about this? It's because I grew up in a welfare institution. I have seen too many girls who have been discarded like me. Zhao Jiming, what did you tell me at that time? I was hysterical. I told you that boys and girls are the same. But who knew you really gave birth to a girl? I'm short of breath. I was so angry with his bullshit logic that I wanted to cry without tears. So he's betting odds with me. I also want to have a theory with him. He barged you to stop yelling. My mom will be here soon, don't make her angry. Okay, I happen to be asking him for my money back. Don't be unreasonable. My mom is here for the kids' full moon wine. Please stop for a while. When I was pregnant, I sent me food every 3 days. After calling to find out that I had a daughter. I never came once during confinement. Never greeted. Zhao Jiming told me that he was sick. I still feel guilty about not being able to see him. I think it's because the raw one is not a handle. Now. The mother and son's faces are starting to show. The doorbell rang. Zhao Jiming went to open the door. Mom, you are here. And I looked at him. Don't want to talk. Granny's face changed. Then he put on a look of grievance. With a crying voice, he opened his mouth slightly. Are you mad at me? I didn't see the child during confinement. I'm really feeling a little sick. Fear of infecting children. I sneered. It doesn't fit. Zhao Jiming hurriedly helped his mother sit on the sofa. See what you said, you're here. We are both happy. Why are you still wronged? Slightly confinement, sitting silly. Don't know her in general. I'm sitting silly. This is cerebral palsy. I also sat on the sofa. Don't want to beat around the bush. Zhao Jiming. Let your mother return our money quickly. Hearing this, Zhao Jiming winked at me. Motion me not to bring this up now. I turn a blind eye. He turned to stare at my mother-in-law. She put away her wronged expression just now. His face was a little surprised. It seems that I didn't expect to find out so soon. But she said slightly. What money? Why is your money with me? Keep staring at him. Bad airway, less garlic. Give me the money now. He was taken aback by my sudden temper. After all, I'd been very respectful to him before. Thought I was easy to handle. Think too much. I threw running water from the bank in their faces. Look, don't give the money back. I'll call the police and let the police catch you. At this time, Zhao Jiming, who had been pretending to be dumb next to him. Don't know how. It looks like it's on fire, yelling at what to call the police. Here's my money. I can give it to whoever I want. Now my mom is the head of the family. I let her take the money. Why? Even if my mom runs out of money. You don't care. How dare this grandson yell? Before the relationship, he was pretending to be a good man. Granny next to me. The joy on his face can't be concealed. It is estimated that after so many years, I can't stand the warmth and thoughtfulness of his son to me. Obey. You take your money to honor your mother. I don't say anything. Give me my money. I don't want to honor your mother. He didn't expect me to say that. Keep stimulating me. Your parents are gone. My mother is your mother. You don't honor her. Who do you honor? Besides, you gave birth to a girl movie. And expect me to put the money in your hands. Let's wait until we have a son. At this time, the mother-in-law looked like she was watching a play on the sofa. Seems to be proud of her son for subduing me. I was taken aback when I heard that. She would never have said that before. I can't take care of that much at the moment. Raised his hand and slapped him. Zhao Jiming didn't expect me to hit him. I'm stunned at the moment. My mother-in-law saw his son suffer a loss. They're about to come up and pull my hair. He glared. You still scold me uncleanly. I slapped him to the ground again. Zhao Jiming saw his own mother being bullied. Come and kick me away. Why did you hit my mother? This kick probably used 10 to 10% of the force. Kicking me hurts. I yelled that you and your mother are nothing. Liar. The dead old woman pretended to cry out of breath. I'm sorry for Lao Zhao's family. Married such a Yasha to my son. Can't have a son. Zhao Jiming holds his mother. Glaring at me viciously. It's like a fucking god. Big grievance. And I'm the heinous one. I don't want to talk to this kind of person. Zhao Jiming, let's get a divorce. You give me my money back. Or I'll go to court and sue you. Hearing this, both of them were stunned. The dead old woman speaks first. What cheek do you have to divorce? You slept with my son. Who wants you secondhand in the future? Zhao Jiming also looked incredulous slightly. It's such a trivial matter to get a divorce. The two of you teamed up to cheat me of money. Hitting me is a trivial matter. Zhao Jiming's face was full of doubts. Isn't that just a little thing? What woman is not beaten? In our hometown, women have to clean up to be obedient. You don't understand this. I'm just too used to you. You dare to fight my mother. And about the money. My mom runs the house. The money should be given to her. You should listen to your mother-in-law. Being filial to your mother-in-law is a serious job. My mother-in-law is helping me. My son is right. You didn't give birth to a son. You are not the hero of our family. My son is not divorced, even if you are good. How dare you divorce my son? Just oh. Why do you think my son is looking for you? It's not because you don't have a father or mother. It's easy to fool and make a lot of money. Otherwise, you think you are worthy of my son. After listening to their bullshit theories, I just realized how ridiculous I used to be. After dating in college for so many years. I can't believe I missed it. Zhao Jiming's abacus is so good. I want the kitchen to take a knife and split these two dogs. But reason tells me not to do that. Now by force. I'm no match for them at all. Not to mention the children. I want to see if this Zhao Jiming still has a conscience. Zhao Jiming, if you don't pay me back, then I'll take what you did today. Poke it into your unit. Zhao Jiming took the iron rice bowl test. He certainly doesn't want to lose his job. He didn't expect the dead old woman to say. If you sue, sue. Everyone in their unit knows you can't have a son. It's a shame that your leader will also call the shots for my son. Zhao Jiming interrupted his mother speechlessly. Stop talking nonsense. What if he really stabbed my unit later? Don't worry, he can't leave me. The child is still young. He can't go out and make money without being seen. It's up to us. He turned to me again and said slightly. I won't bother with you about you hitting my mother. Let's have a good time in the future. Have a second child. As long as you have a son. The money will be given to you sooner or later. I laughed. I can't take it anymore. Although I grew up in an orphanage. Doesn't mean I'm going to be slaughtered. I rushed up and smoked them both, one big-eared photon each. Go to hell. Divorce pay off. Zhao Jiming rushed up and tried to hit me. Suddenly the doorbell rang. Zhao Jiming quickly went to open the door. It turned out to be the neighbor's eldest sister. What are you yelling about? Our kids can't do their homework properly. Zhao Jiming glared at me. Motioned me not to talk nonsense. The husband of the neighbor's eldest sister is a leader of his unit. Although I don't care about him directly. But very powerful. Zhao Jiming is somewhat afraid. I'm so sorry to say it with a smiley face. Sister-in-law is my daughter-in-law. Confinement is in a bad mood. I don't think it's delicious for my mother to cook for her. Are you in a mood? I said she-ha. Let her be quiet. I'm not used to her. Just scold you and your mother for cheating on me. Give me a shit basin. Really blind. How do you like, you bastard? Big sister is here. Let the eldest sister see. What is your family? Zhao Jiming didn't expect me to say this. I can't hang it on my face. Want to yell at me? But you have to lower your voice and say to me. What nonsense are you talking about? Do you want me to lose my job? I'm out of money, what will our family eat? In front of outsiders. You have to show me face. The eldest sister can see it now. What happened to Bai? Simply sit on my sofa. Said Zhao Jiming. You are also a motivated young man in the unit. Why did you cheat your wife of money? Didn't wait for him to speak. The dead old woman began to sob. Unfortunate family. My son is in such good condition. Married to a woman who has no father or mother. Isn't this a girl movie? They also think my wife is in charge of their money. You said he didn't have a son, why did he take the money? The neighbor's sister seems to have heard a big joke. He laughed out loud. This smile will ruin the old woman's life. He looked a little embarrassed. The eldest sister said, Auntie. What age is this? Why are you still talking about having a son? Again. You forcibly take away the salary of the couple. What's the difference between this and robbing? I advise you to return the money to others quickly. Don't make it end badly. The old woman saw that the eldest sister was not helping her. He quickly turned his face. Pointing at my sister's nose and yelling, what do you know? You city women are stupid. Men are women's heaven. Don't think your man is spoiling you. You can turn the sky. Okay, don't learn. Optical. Husband and son. Filial piety to in-laws. That's what you city women should learn. The neighbor's sister is also angry. Speak to me slightly. Your mother-in-law is a zombie, right? The whole set of feudal remnants is clear. I am a woman. Don't treat women as human beings. Despise yourself. The dead old woman is not to be outdone. Continue to export, so what? I have a son. What do women in your city know? Study hard to serve your husband. Don't wait until you can't have a son. I regret being kicked by my husband. I went up and slapped the old woman. Yell at her to shut up. No matter how nonsense you are, I will slap you. Zhao Jiming stretched out his fist to hit me. The eldest sister shouted, what do you want? If you dare to hit someone, I will call the police. Zhao Jiming did not dare to follow. But his eyes looked like he was going to eat me. I took advantage of the situation to grab the hand of the neighbor's eldest sister. When you weren't here just now. He bullied me with my mother-in-law. You kicked me, and then my tears came down. Who's not acting anymore? Besides, these two bastards really hit me. The neighbor's eldest sister is also a jealous person. Especially, I can't stand this evil mother-in-law. And the man who beats his wife. He greeted me slightly. Pack up and take the kids to my house first. I think they can still turn the sky. I quickly packed my things. He took his daughter and moved to the house of the neighbor's eldest sister. Zhao Jiming cursed me in a low voice, Li Weiwei. You bitch. If word gets out about today. Let the people in the unit know. See what I do with your dead old woman. Tell her to go. See who wants her mother to find you a better one in the future. While they close. I gave them an ultimatum. Transfer my money to me within a week. Otherwise, I'll go to your unit to make trouble. Zhao Jiming was noncommittal. And slammed the door shut. Although the neighbor's sister's house is on the first floor with us. But the decoration of her house. It's really a million times better than my house. I surveyed the room like a village girl. The eldest sister looked at me with a distressed face. Speak to me slightly. Don't be sad. Sister will definitely help you get the money back. You don't have to worry about the child being taken care of. I have a nanny. If you are worried, I'll find you another parenting wife. A warm feeling rose in my heart. I used to think that Zhao Jiming was my closest relative. Now I'm not as good as a neighbor's sister. Think of this. I can't help but feel a little sad. And she started crying. Sister, if you don't dislike it, just recognize me as a sister. Just think of me as a high climber. Except for the children now. I lost a family member. The neighbor's sister listened to me. After giving your consent immediately, you will. It's my sister. Your business is my business. But you have to promise me. Stop feeling sorry for that bastard. Sister, don't worry. Although I grew up in a welfare institution. Lack of love but not stupid. Sister nodded in satisfaction. Continue to ask slightly. How much did they take from you in total? I did the math. Of the more than 1 million, more than 700,000 are mine. But the house was bought before marriage. It's not in my name either. It has nothing to do with me. Do you have any evidence that the money is yours? Of course, although I trust Zhao Jiming. But there is a habit. It's the deposit ticket and the transfer record will be saved. After sorting it out, my sister smiled and said, it will be much easier to handle. He does not agree to divorce. Let's sue. With this evidence. I'm not afraid of not getting my money back. While we were chatting. My sister's husband is back. Husband, this is the sister I just recognized. Wei Wei, this is my husband Lao Gao. And I got up, and I said hello. Brother-in-law, I am Wei Wei. Lao Gao saw me hesitant to speak. Sister sees something is wrong. Ask what's wrong. Say it, Wei Wei is not an outsider. Lao Gao asked me tentatively about Xiao Zhao in our unit. Is Zhao Jiming your husband? Yes, but not in a few days. Lao Gao suddenly realized. You already know that. No wonder. Now it's my sister and I who are confused. Know what? It's Zhao Jiming. Chasing after the daughter of the head of our unit. My sister looked at me with pity. Tell Lao Gao what happened today again. The old man slapped the table arrogantly. Zhao Jiming is praised by everyone in the unit. I didn't expect it to be so bad. I was silent. I thought Zhao Jiming was just selfish. I didn't expect him to be as simple as I thought. Not having a son may just be an excuse for their mother and son. To blackmail me. Pinch me in his mouth. I don't want a divorce. Want to live well. Maybe he wasn't sure he could catch up with the rich girl. It allows me to continue to be a fertility tool. Look at me feeling down. Go on. You don't know. Zhao Jiming chased the girl. Although his father is the head of our unit. A lot of power. But he has something on him. You know, I'm a little confused, so. My sister explained to me. Hey, it's corruption and bribery. Well, Gao continued. Although he is about to retire. But the organization has long been eyeing him. Just wait until the time is right. That's really good news, but I'm not going to tell Zhao Jiming. Let him sleep a little longer in his sweet dreams. Zhao Jiming sent me a message tonight. I agree to divorce. Looks like he's got a shot at this rich girl. I'm going to play a trick on him. Garmin, I was wrong. Let's make up. I can't live without you. I secretly laughed out loud under the covers. Zhao Jiming. Do you really think I love him to death? Vivi is too late. We can't go back. My mom won't agree with us reconciling again. And took your mother out as an excuse. Garmin, if you get a divorce. I will go to the door of your unit every day and wait for you. Until you change your mind. Be afraid, sand sculpture. I will continue to send. Call me 800,000. I agree to divorce. Waited a long time. Zhao Jiming finally replied to me. I'll pay you tomorrow. Bring your documents next Monday. See you at the door of the Civil Affairs Bureau. The divorce process went rather smoothly. Daughter to me. There is no other property to divide. My ex-mother-in-law also came to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Keep urging the clerk to be quick. For fear of being slow. I want to go back. Pretending to miss your ex-husband. You don't want to divorce him. These girls are very happy. But dare not show it. The moment you get the certificate. My heart just took off. That dead old lady. Grandma finally couldn't bear it anymore. He said to me wildly at the gate of the Civil Affairs Bureau. My son is divorced from your Yasha. You regret it. Now their leader's daughter is chasing him. Bought us a big house and a luxury car. You don't deserve to carry people's shoes. You second-hand with a child. Who still wants you? God's eyes are opened. Give you that 800,000 as a beggar. I looked at him with a fool's face. Zhao Jiming saw that I didn't respond. Thought I was scared silly. Speak to me slightly. I know you love me. But we are so far apart now. They are no longer in the same class. And I'm going to be promoted soon. I laughed angrily. How can someone be so narcissistic? I replied faintly, just don't bother me in the future. Child support is paid on time. But I really underestimated Zhao Jiming's face. He came up to me and whispered slightly. I still have feelings for you after all these years. As long as I want. We can still maintain that relationship. No one will know. Look at his wretched expression. I feel a little nauseous, the dead old woman said anxiously to her son. Let's just go. What are you talking about with this dominatrix? Isn't Kiki going to take you to the new car later? It's not good if it's late. I joked. So soon to meet the rich woman. I won't bother you anymore. Take your time and enjoy it. I might go to jail. My ex-mother-in-law looked at me through gritted teeth. Say, look at you. I wish my son well, right? It's no use being jealous. I'll sue you if I lie again. You're the one who should be in jail. I'm too lazy to talk to this shrew. He turned to Zhao Jiming and said. Now that you have obtained your divorce certificate. I'm not afraid to tell you. Your future husband-in-law is corrupt. It will be checked soon. The dead old woman is still chirping. My ex-husband seemed to realize that something was wrong. Yelled at him. Let the fuck be quiet. What evidence do you have for this? Zhao Jiming, aren't you very smart? Otherwise, you think it's on your terms. Why can you get people to like you? He looked at me suspiciously and said. Kiki bought me a lot of things. Several houses and cars. You're going to buy me another property in a few days. I laughed and said, are you helping someone transfer assets? Zhao Jiming was a little confused at once. I can see some panic on my face with the naked eye. The dead old woman is next to me, so I don't know why. Continues to whisper about how good his son is. Otherwise, why would anyone rush to give him a benefit? My phone is ringing. It's the neighbor's sister. Wei, are you done? Go home, your brother-in-law has good news, it's done. I'll be right back. I waved at the girls. Good to see you again. On the way home. I've been reflecting on whether I'm not tough enough. Because I told Zhao Jiming in advance after all. His girlfriend's house. So he can stop his losses in time. My original intention was not to put him in jail. Fear that my daughter will be affected in the future. The opportunity has been given to him. Whether he can catch it or not depends on his character. Back to my sister's house. Lao Gao told me slightly with an excited look. There is sufficient evidence above. It is estimated that arrests will be carried out next week. This week or so. Zhao Jiming has a lot of assets under his name. He can't escape. They are the grasshoppers of autumn. I can't jump for a few days. I have already told him the news that the leader committed the crime. Sister said anxiously. You're not soft-hearted again, are you? Or is it love? You do this again. I don't recognize you as a sister. I laughed and said, how could I miss that scumbag? I just gave him a chance. Also give your daughter a chance. However, with my attitude towards him. Knowing him, it is really possible to go to Tiger Mountain. Besides, he has a mother like that. How can you do it without Guangzhou Yaozu? I waited to see them lose everything. A week went by quickly that day. During this period, my ex-mother-in-law texted me all day. Nothing more than showing off. The rich lady bought her all kinds of jewelry. Bag and curse me. Say I can't see others. Conscience is eaten by dogs. And so on. Too lazy to reply to her. After all, I'm busy right now. I'm leaving my old job. Although earning more. But not free enough. My sister gave me a career plan. Because I like drawing and designing. My sister funded me to open a studio. Zhao Jiming also got promoted. He texted me saying, I know you're jealous of me. But please don't slander Kiki and my husband now I've been promoted. Stop pestering me. It seems that money is really fascinating. I don't know what ecstasy that Kiki gave him. Wash his head so it doesn't think. Only fools pester him. I wish he got deeper and deeper. I got in my sister's car. Came to the door of Zhao Jiming's unit. I'm still a little excited. Soon. I saw Zhao Jiming being carried out. He shouted at the top of his lungs, why are you arresting me? Where are you from? Zhao Jiming has been with the rich lady since. Changed the image of diligence in the past. Yelling at colleagues. Over time. Everyone is dissatisfied with him. There is no one to speak for him now. Watching jokes. Of course, I also invited other spectators for the scene. My ex-mother-in-law's sister-in-law. My ex-mother-in-law gave birth to a son. I don't care about her sister-in-law who gave birth to a daughter. When separating, he relied on his own raw belt. Didn't give him a penny. Sister-in-law is still spreading rumors everywhere in the village. Abuse sister-in-law. These can only be tolerated. There is one thing. When he took advantage of his sister-in-law and his wife to work in the field. I found a homeless man in the village. To come and insult his daughter. Fortunately, my ex-husband's uncle came home suddenly. It didn't cause a disaster. Although his plan did not succeed. But he spread it around. Said that the girl was not clean. The feud between the two families was forged. I gave my aunt a phone with a clear photo. Tell her aunt. Take a good picture and take a few more pictures, tell me about it. I also established a group. After the auction, I will send it to my old sisters. She's more excited than I am. Of course, it's all the fault of the dead old lady. She is still having sweet dreams at the moment, right? I leave it on. I brought my aunt to Zhao Jiming in his fucking lair. The moment the door opens. The old lady was a little surprised. Recently, I put on a look of sudden realization. I opened my mouth and knew that my family was developed. To join my son. But my son has divorced him. It's useless for you to find him. If only you could give me a foot massage these days. Wash panties. I could consider it. Let my son give your daughter a job. Aunt laughed. You'd better prepare some more underwear for your son. Otherwise, he won't have to change it when he goes in. I looked at him with pity. Hurry up and pack up and go back to your hometown. Maybe he will be kicked out in a while. The dead old woman said viciously. What are you two talking about here? Don't fix those fake ones. Get out of here. Auntie is not used to him either. Go straight up and bow right and left at him. Slap in the face. You're going to let me catch you? You didn't know your son was arrested, did you? You will have a son, right? See what you gave birth to. Let you harm my daughter. Let you harm my daughter. I have no room to play next to me. Otherwise, go up high and low and kick twice. The old woman realized that something was wrong. Don't care about being. The swollen face dragged me and asked what was going on. Andy took out the photo and showed it to her. She shouted out of control that it was impossible. That's not possible. It's finally over with this family. The studio recently received a big order. Made some money. I put a down payment on a house in a neighborhood. My sister wants to be with me. I also bought a set next door. The two of us can chat together again. In the blink of an eye, 3 months have passed and he suddenly sent me a message. Zhao Jiming is about to be released. Your ex-mother-in-law. Threatening to remarry you with his son. Be careful, it's going to be released so soon. It just so happened that Lao Gao and his sister suddenly came to me. Wei Zhao Jiming is about to be released. I'm a little puzzled. How so fast? Lao Gao continued. That Zhao Jiming is quite cunning. Kiki and her dad fled overseas before they were arrested. This way. Zhao Jiming said he was a victim. They also offered to provide information about their father and daughter. And voluntarily turned over all finances. So he got out without incident. My sister reassured me that it has nothing to do with you if he is released. Let's just live our lives. Even if they come to me. I'm not afraid either. I didn't expect this day to come so soon. The doorbell ringy opened it up. The mother and son were carrying large and small bags. Flattering smile. The old woman opened her mouth first and said slightly. Why didn't you tell us when you moved? This aunt. Who are you? Your son and I are divorced. He looked embarrassed. Don't give up and say what divorce is not divorced. You both slept so long. Garmin will always be your husband. You two are going to remarry tomorrow. Zhao Jiming lowered his head and did not speak. It seems to have tacitly acknowledged his mother's words. I have a plan. Tell him I can remarry him. But you have to cut ties with him. Never enter my house. Sister, look at me and say this. I thought I was really going to remarry Zhao Jiming. I'm in a hurry to persuade. I gave him a wink. Tell him to stop talking. The old woman looked a little bad. He turned to look at his son. Zhao Jiming said yes. It's all because of him that I'm like this today. If he hadn't kept making me stand out and make a lot of money, I will not be bewitched by that Kiki. What happened today? This pot is pretty good. And I said to them, I've got a project coming up. We will remarry when we make money. Then I'll give you the money to buy a car. Zhao Jiming's eyes lit up slightly. Or are you good to me? I continued, I have one more request. When we got married, you promised me 200,000 dowry. But never gave it to me. You have to make it up for me. Zhao Jiming promised. I'll come to you when I get back and get it all together. I don't think he knows. His savings and the house he bought. It was already wasted by the mother. Back then, they were guarding me. The house has a damn name written on it. So selling the house doesn't require his consent at all. His mother met a few ladies. Learned to buy a bag and drink afternoon tea. I thought my daughter-in-law would pay for it in the future. I didn't expect something to happen. Zhao Jiming is not a good stubble either. He looks like filial piety on weekdays. There is a stake the two of them are probably going to fight each other. So I deliberately asked him to make up 200,000 dowry. Let's see how they got this money. My sister said that the security of this community is still almost complete. Did you sell the house? Let's go to the parents' community and buy a new set. I'll think about it. That sounds pretty good. After all, if Zhao Jiming is dead. Did something bad to me? It's not impossible. Sure enough, a few days later. I got a call from Zhao Jiming. Wei, I knock on your door. Why is there no one? Oh, I don't live there anymore, I am currently on a business trip abroad. It's okay, don't call me. My mom sold the house. We can't afford to rent a house now either. Can you tell me where you live? I'll move first. This is inconvenient. You 200,000 got it? If not, forget it. Move back to your hometown first. Zhao Jiming said bitterly. Going back to your hometown can't make people laugh to death. Just help me. Haven't you always loved me? What? My signal is not good. I hang up first. It has been a year since there was news of Zhao Jiming again. I thought he had a conscience. Have a good time with his mother in his hometown. My aunt from home called me. Said that a year ago, my ex-mother-in-law went back to her hometown by herself. It's long gone. Usually a few people who are used to being bullied by him. They all formed a group and went to his house to make trouble. He's also stubborn. I ate the last meal but not the next. He also said that his son was a high-ranking official in the city. Everyone already knew about his son. Who is afraid of him? The saliva star is about to drown him. Until about a month ago. Zhao Jiming suddenly came back. The whole person is so thin that he is out of shape. When I come back, let my mother sell my hometown house. Give him money. His mother disagrees. He pulled his hair and beat it for a long time. No one can stop it. Then I heard that he had a gambling debt outside. To pay off debt. Take a few uneducated lads in the village. Deceived to go to a foreign park. Encountered severe attack. The boys were sent back. Zhao Jiming ran away. His mother is afraid that her son will be wronged. Simply have a heart. Sell the house. Secretly called him. Both mother and son continue to dream of making a fortune. Keep gambling with money. But that money never came back. Not long ago, I heard that Zhao Jiming sold blood and contracted AIDS. His mother is a little crazy too. Holding a rag doll all day. Said to Coke's grandson. 2 people were killed by villagers. Rushed to the shabby house on the mountain. The ending of the 2 of them can be said to be self-inflicted. The future life is better. It has nothing to do with them anymore.